Jesus.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. What's guys? So today is a little different because we had to stop and charge and on a trip that we normally don't have to charge with, and we just wanted to talk to you guys about why we got the Tesla and what led to us getting the Tesla and what we like about it and what we don't. So
Why we got the Tesla? Why did we get it?
We got the Tesla because I wrecked our car that we had. We had a Jeep Grand Cherokee L, and it got totaled. So we had to decide to get another car.
Which I don't feel like it should have got totaled. I'll put a picture of what it looked like. Insurance said it bent the frame and they had to take the whole engine out to replace it, so they totaled the car. But continue. Sorry.
No, so we decided to get a Tesla because we had to pick another car. And
wait, we didn't decide that we were going to get a Tesla. She said that we should wait for the new, this was back in August, and she said if we're going to get a Tesla, we need to wait for the Model Y revamp of it. And I said, no, we need one now, because we have a Malibu, not in the best shape, but I didn't feel comfortable in that we're going to be safe in the Malibu. So I wanted to surprise her and get her a Tesla Model Y without her knowing. And it kind of didn't work out because I ended up spilling the beans the day before we went to go get the car. So
yeah, he came in the house like this. And I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I got a Tesla. So we went and picked it up. We chose the Tesla because they were doing a deal on the interest rate, right, at the time?
Mm-hmm. It was 0% interest rate. And I think that's a 0% interest rate.
Yeah. So, and I feel like we did get a good deal on it, too.
Yeah, we got 3% interest rate. With our Jeep Grand Cherokee L, we had 3.9. And right now, we didn't have the best credit right now because she is in nursing school. She just graduated. But she was in nursing school for 3 years, so I was working, paying all the bills, so, we got a few debt on our record, so our credit score took a hit. But we still got, I mean, it wasn't 0%, but it was 3%, which at that time the national average was 7.6%, so I think it was around there. So I feel like we got a great deal.
And with a one-person income at the time.
Yeah, one person, just me. And we got 3 kids. I've said that on the video before. So I think that this was going to work out great for us. She thought that the Model Y revamp was going to come out, in October or November, something like that. And I told her, I said, it probably won't be out till next year. I predicted that it was going to be probably April or March before it hit the U.S. It probably hits China before, but there was no way that we could wait that long for a car. So, like I said, I bit the bullet, did the financing through the app. It was the easiest thing I've ever done, coming from buying the 2021 Jeep Cherokee that we spent, I want to say, 6 hours in the dealership. And do you want to add this, and add that? I said, even though I already had the loan already done, they still wanted to add more and more. With the Tesla app, super easy. Put in the order, $250 deposit. The next day it got stuck between Chase and Capital One, and Capital One ended up picking it up. And after that, I mean, it was simple. Uploading driver's license, insurance, and that's it. That was done. I didn't put her name on it because I wanted to surprise her. But I did get it specifically for her, even though she still doesn't believe it's her car. It's her car because I bought it for her. And never in my life did I think I would be able to buy, my significant other a car. But so that was a great accomplishment for me to be able to do that for her.
It was a good surprise, even though I found out before it was supposed to be given. But no, so far I really do think that this was the best choice. I do miss the Jeep, how big it was, because it did have the third row, but I don't feel like we've really needed it.
No, I mean, I feel this has, because the space in the front and then the back underneath it, I think for groceries, when we go to Sam's Club and things like that, we've been able to fit everything that we fit in the Jeep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's worked out space-wise, and so far gas-wise.
Oh yeah.
I've just off the top of my head, I know we saved probably about $500 worth in gas just in the 4 months of owning the Model Y. So that's been a big savings.
And oil changes, because the oil changes in the Jeep alone were like $80.
Yeah, 90 something. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's helped a lot.
And by that time we would have had to do 2 of them, so that's about, let's call it 180. So I know at least 750 there, and our monthly payment, because that Jeep Grand Cherokee was $65,000 monthly payment on that, at 3.9% was $967. And by getting this one with that interest rate at 3%, this payment is $600 something, $630. So we saved $300 on that in 4 months. So that's another $1,200 so far that we've saved. So
yeah, the only thing initially about buying a Tesla is you have to buy all the accessories. So we did have to buy the charger.
Yeah,
and an adapter.
Which we've been saying we'll do an accessory video over and over, but 3 kids, a fiance in nursing school, a full-time job, it's hard to get to these videos. Yeah. But we're going to do all accessory videos for sure.
We promise we will. I really give credit to the YouTubers who do a video every day, because I did not think it was this hard to get a video out, but it's been hard.
Yeah, it's finding the time. Finding the time. But I think we spent $750 or $800 in just accessories alone for the Tesla.
Yes, and I initially, you don't think, oh, you're gonna end up coming out of pocket like this much just for accessories, but we did, and I do feel like it was very needed, the stuff that we got. So another thing that we really like about the Tesla is the technology. We really do use the self-driving, and we got that package through the monthly subscription. We didn't get the thing up front because we wanted to benefit from the tax.
Yeah, because it was going to be $8,000, right, for full self-driving, and we did the math, and we haven't kept the car that long in order to offset that $8,000 versus $100 a month. I don't know if we're going to keep this for 8 years, 5 years. We'll keep a Tesla. I just don't think it's going to be a Model Y. She really wants a Model X, but I couldn't pull that by myself. So, Tesla's very finicky about transferring the full self-drive when you pay $8,000. So we didn't want to do that. So we're doing the $100. But yeah, we use FSD all the time. What else about tech do you like?
Well, the parking, everything that you can do on the app. I don't have to carry around a key. I really like that because I don't lose my keys. Another thing is just it being I feel like the car heats up and cools down a lot faster than a gas vehicle does, and I don't know if it's just me thinking that, but I can go ahead and get in the car and it already feels warm.
But that's another thing. That from the hospital on these cold nights, you've heated up the car several times.
Yeah, but before. Times where I forgot to turn it on, then I feel like it does heat up really fast.
And then Summon, she's used Summon before, but she was embarrassed, I guess, because it stopped.
Well, everybody stares and they're like, oh. So, and when it messes up, you have to run all the way to the car. That's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
Yeah. Another thing, we've used dog mode, and that was really good. My sister had her Yorkie in the car, and we were inside eating, and she's very overprotective over Fergie. She's 12 years old, so we got to watch the cameras while we were eating, and she was like, oh, I want a Tesla now. So just little things like that. That's really cool.
What don't you like about the Tesla? What's 1 or 2 things that you don't like about it?
So I have had one long trip, and that was to I went to the Board of Nursing down in Jackson, Mississippi, and that was about a 3-hour trip there and back. Us having to stop and charge, I didn't like that. That was the only thing. Because
that's the only thing, but that's a big thing because that's what you do in Teslas. You have to stop and charge for 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. But I think that the problem that she ran into is getting there was not the problem. There was a supercharger at halfway there. She didn't stop. She made it to Jackson, Mississippi with 6%, which was fine. She didn't stay long enough at Jackson, Mississippi to make it back home all the way. And she was supposed to stop at that midpoint at the supercharger to charge faster, but she forgot and didn't stop there. So I ended up having to check in the app and just checking on her and noticed that she was not going to get home. And I had to call her and said, hey, listen, you missed the supercharger. You're going to have to stop at another charger in order to make it home because she had to drop off a friend out of the way. So she had to stop at a slower charger, one of those level 2 chargers. And maybe that's why she didn't like it as well, too, because it made her, worry and all that. Where if she would have just stopped at the supercharger, it would have been a 20-minute stop and she would have made it home just fine.
Yeah. Well, I think it was hard for me because I was driving and I didn't have the time to sit and be like, okay,
so
I need
the
to
planning.
Stop. Yeah, the planning. I was driving, so it was hard for me to like plan and be like, okay, let's stop here, because the maps only shows you the superchargers, and it doesn't show like all the level 2s that you can stop at. So I had to like tell my friend, which is she's not familiar with EV vehicles and like charging and stuff. So I was like, hey, can you look this up? And she looked it up for me, but it was kind of like inconvenient.
Well, and it was like she said, it was her first long trip by herself, which she has not done, and she doesn't have any of the charge point apps on there, or the plug share apps that tell her where the level 2 chargers are. That's what we're using now. It's a level 2 that I found on the app. So she didn't have that. So it was, but I mean, she did good, for her first time, taking along.
Only because you called me.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
I was checking up on her because I knew something was going to happen. So
yeah, he's like, hey, you need to stop and charge. And I'm like,
yeah.
What? No, I'm going to make it home. So that, I think if I was, like, if I had done that before.
I think a year from now, that's not going to be a concern for her anymore a year from now, because I think she'll be more used to it and planning and understanding, hey, I no longer can just get in the car and go. I have to make sure the night before, the day before, say, okay, this is where I'm going to go, this is where we're going to stop, and things like that, which is a big, change from a gas vehicle where you can just go and not even worry about a gas station because there's, one on every corner.
Yeah.
I see, one right in front of us. So, so that's one thing. You got another thing that you don't like at all?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about that rim?
Oh, that.
Well, we have to be more careful on these.
Yeah, I don't feel like you have to be more careful than.
Well, I mean, everybody feels like they have to be, because the rim actually protrudes further out than any other vehicle. So if you look at a normal vehicle, the tire actually protrudes further out than the rim. But these are the only vehicles that the rim protrudes further out.
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's been like a huge issue for me. I feel like the one time that I did make a mistake was because I was coming out of a spot that I wasn't familiar with.
So that's another video coming up of her curb.
Curb rushing
the rim.
Yeah.
So, and it broke our cover that we had under that was supposed to protect it. It didn't protect it, but I'll save that for the video and explain what happened with that and how we got EV base to send us another one.
Yeah. So that was bad, but that's not something that I don't like, because I don't feel like I have to be extra careful. But I think that's really it.
I mean, final thoughts, since we're more than enough charge to make it home at 15%. Final thoughts. Are you happy that I kind of surprised you with a Model Y?
Yes.
Would you have, if you had the chance to pick the Jeep Grand Cherokee L or the Model Y for your cars, knowing both right now, free of charge, either one, which one would you take?
This, for sure.
Okay.
Just technology-wise and the financial decision, that alone, I do feel like I would pick this again.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're fixing to get off. We're fixing to head home. We got an hour and 41-minute drive. Go on in and tell them.
Have a good day.
Subscribe, like the video, and subscribe to the channel.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.